Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I am so excited to be starting another project pan here on my channel. This one is a completely eyeshadow centric project pan, and this is a project that was heavily influenced by my friend Alexi. She has been doing her Pan Those Eyeshadows project for both 2017 and 2018, and I will link her playlist down below for you guys to see kind of how she's formatted those project pans, but I'm going to be doing mine a little bit differently. As much as I'm influenced by her, our collections are very different, so I want to do this in a way that kind of is more suited to my collection. I don't own near as many singles as she does, and I primarily own palettes, so I really just wanted to randomly select things from my entire collection. Recently, I went through my entire eyeshadow collection and I wrote down every single eyeshadow that I have in a Google spreadsheet, and I have 286 pans of eyeshadow, which seems pretty significant to me. When I look at my collection, it definitely is a pretty substantial portion of my makeup collection, and I want to try to get the most use out of those eyeshadows as I can in the year of 2019. So I'm going to try to hit pan on as many eyeshadows as I can this year. And so I'm gonna start by picking 5 shades from my collection randomly by using the random generator. And then I'm going to choose one that kind of either complements those shades or is another shadow in one of those palettes. Something that I just want to work on personally, like something that I get to choose. So I'm always gonna be focusing on 6 eyeshadows in my collection. And then I think I'm gonna update you guys every single month on how I'm doing and hopefully rotate new shadows in every single update. But I'm so excited to start this, so yeah, let's just hop into it. I really want to start generating those eyeshadows, so let's do that right now. I am super excited to draw all of my numbers, so I have the app Pretty Random up. I actually downloaded this because of Sophie. She always has it in her roulette pan collab videos, and I have the variables 1 to 286 in the app, so let's just generate a number. So that is number 97. The number 97 in my spreadsheet comes from this palette right here. This is the Colourpop Yes Please palette, and that shade is called Full Zip. Full Zip is this base shade right here in the palette. This is gonna be just a good everyday kind of shadow. This is not what I was expecting from this project pan at all, but it is that color right there. You can't even really see it on my skin tone, but this is really gonna be an integral part to any eyeshadow look anyway, so I am excited to be focusing on a shade like this one. So I'm going to randomize and select another number here. The next number is going to be number 281. So that shadow came from the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, and it was shade number 11, which is this like bright blue. It has a little bit of a shimmer finish, and I swatched it on my hand right here in comparison. And I don't often wear this kind of shade, so this is gonna be quite a challenge. This eyeshadow palette is at the end of that spreadsheet because I have been seriously debating getting rid of it and decluttering it from my collection. So I had it at the bottom of the spreadsheet so that I could just like easily remove it if I wanted to before I started this project. But obviously it has been determined that I'm gonna keep it for the time being. So doing this project is actually going to be a really good opportunity for me to play with it a little bit more and decide whether or not it's suitable for my collection. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with a blue, which is so out of my comfort zone, but it will be fun. So we're going to randomize and pick another number, and I got the number 279 as the next one. And obviously with that number being only 2 ahead of the last pick, it is going to be this one right here. That is the 9th shade in this palette, and this is the one that gives me the very most trouble with this palette. It's the deeper blue on the bottom. It's more of a true blue, and it gives me a lot of issues. So of course, this is really gonna allow me to put this palette to the test and really play with it and see if it's something I want to keep in my collection. Really with this palette so far, it's really just gonna be testing it for the next month. Is gonna be my goal with it. So we're gonna generate the 4th number, and that is number 99. So this is not quite playing out how I expected. Shade number 99 also comes from the Yes Please palette. It's only 2 after my first selection of Full Zip, and so it is the shade Champs, which is this very pale peachy shade right here, and I have swatched on my hand. It's just below the deeper blue there. So it's just a really good transition shade. I'll be able to definitely get really great use out of both of these shadows, and I don't see that being a problem whatsoever. We are going to just go right in and do another one. That is shade number 136. The shadow that is in the place number 136 comes from this palette right here. This is the Zulu by Juvia's Place. This is an absolutely beautiful palette. It's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette with primarily brights in it, and the shade that was in that spot is this one right here. It's the second shadow. There is not a name for this one, but it's this beautiful matte yellow. It's stunning, and I think this color selection is really fun, and I'm super excited about this actually. Definitely this is gonna give me an opportunity to play with this palette so much more, and including those two blues like alongside these colors will be so much fun. I picked this palette up at the end of summer and I just haven't played with it quite enough, so this is so perfect. I'm really, really excited about this. So of course my goal is going to be to hit pan on that eyeshadow. That's going to take me a very long time, so I'm really excited that this shadow is getting rolled into the project at the very beginning so that I can give myself a lot of time to hit pan. And I'm gonna give myself so much time to familiarize myself with this palette as well. I'm so excited about this. So going into this project, I told myself that I was going to be able to choose one of the eyeshadows just because I anticipated that this was gonna be a really difficult selection of colors. However, I think I'm just going to go through the random generator and select that last shadow with it because I'm having a lot of fun with this and these colors are working really well together. I've got some good basics, I've got some brights, and I've got a lot of fun, I think, out of all of these and things that I can actually utilize. So I'm just gonna randomize the last shade. So the last shade I'm going to be using is going to be number 51. So the shadow number 51 comes from this palette right here. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This is a really good neutrals palette. The shade that I selected is Lazarus, and it is this base shade right here. It's kind of like a transition or base shade. I have it swatched just underneath of the yellow. It's just a really good transition shade, and I'll be able to get a lot of really great use out of that, utilizing it alongside the blues primarily, I think. And the pan in this guy is also really massive, so it is gonna take me quite some time to hit pan on it. But I'm really happy again that this is getting rolled into this project at the very beginning. So yeah, that's all 6 shades that I'm gonna be focusing on actually. That's so crazy. I honestly was expecting that I was gonna get like a silver and a green and like a hot pink or some crazy selection of shades, but instead I ended up with a really good range. I am nervous about both of the blues, but I'm gonna set my goal just kind of to decide whether or not I wanna have that palette in my collection. And after I have kind of used it for the month, then I'll focus on hitting pan on them in the following month. So I definitely think that this is totally doable. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun integrating these shades and these palettes into my everyday routine, and I'm actually super excited about this project pan now. I was a little bit nervous going into it that it was gonna be really scary and really daunting and difficult, but not only did I get really great shades, but I also am gonna be reaching for some of the same palettes as well, and I think that makes it a little bit easier for me to remember to keep them in my rotation. And I'm so excited about these. This is gonna be so much fun. My plan with this project is to update you guys every single month and share with you my progress on every shadow, hopefully hit pan on maybe one shadow in every single month so that I can rotate something new in, and hopefully I can hit pan on a ton of eyeshadows in my collection. I don't have a specific number in mind, but I am really excited at the prospect of maybe hitting pan once a month. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I'll definitely link Alexi's playlist because those are very inspiring. That's really what got me wanting to use my eyeshadows and get so much more use out of my collection as a whole. So I'll link those down in the description box. And yeah, that's everything for today. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.